Hey everybody, Satyrion Leafspar here. Welcome to Resin Ramble's episode number 6. Hope everyone's doing well. It's hopefully going to be a rather short video, aiming for about 15 minutes. I know that's been kind of the trend here lately on a lot of the people that I follow, and I'm going to kind of tend to agree. My goal is to upload more videos, and I feel I can do that with shorter videos unless the particular content is just going to call for a longer video. Although, me personally, I like long videos because I can consume long videos, especially in the morning, because I can have a cup of coffee and just watch that video in the morning because I'm a morning person and get up way before I get ready for work. Anyways, before I ramble on way too long. Kind of what's been going on. If you follow me on Instagram, you will know that a couple of days ago I had a little bit of catastrophe in my back room where I had water damage, which led to power failure and mud and dirt and filth running all down this back wall and filling up an outlet back here, and it was gross and it was nasty, and it's shorting out the whole back end of this house back over that way, and it was terrible because this room that I'm sitting in now is where I do all of my crafting and everything related to not just dolls but anything that's craft related, because it's where I can use Dremel tool, hot glue gun, everything like that. It was terrible. But considering I'm in this room now and the lights are on, I'm good for the moment. I was able to change out the outlet, get all the mud and stuff cleaned out of the outlet. Obviously I didn't rip out all the sheetrock and do all that kind of craziness, because we think it's kind of isolated to just one particular area. There's roofers coming on the weekend to hopefully fix the source of the problem, and that won't happen again. So that'd be a good thing. I have got William back here, Mr. Baldy. The reason he is bald is I have elected to attempt and participate in the I think, if I'm understanding correctly, the try BJD triathlon thing that Gina was talking about on her YouTube channel, and I will link her that very specific video at the very end of this video so you can watch it, which I would highly suggest doing because it goes over the specific details of what it means to participate. So he's been kind of the victim, the unwilling participant of this particular leg of the event, and I think he's going to be the one that I use throughout the entire leg of this process, or the entire challenge, if you will. This is the first step. The very next one is paper shoes, which a lot of the props that I make are out of paper, so I'm very interested in that one. So I've already made the wig cap, and I've already started the process of the actual wigging itself, and I've elected to use one material throughout the entire thing. It'll be interesting. So if you follow me on Instagram, I think I've already said that, I'm tired, you'll kind of see how the process grows. I'm not going to share any of that on this particular video. It's all going to be on Instagram. You'll see how it goes. I'm hoping to have it done probably by tomorrow. I'm learning a lot. I don't think I would use this for a permanent wig or a go-to wigging method. It's fun. It's been a learning process. I can definitely say that it has taught me a lot about wig caps. But it's been enjoyable. I'm definitely glad that I'm doing it because of the wig cap making process that I'm learning from it. Anyways, check it out. It's very enjoyable. All of that information will be down below in the description box. And again, her channel will be linked at the very end where the end cards pop up. And up in a little eye up there. Also, I finally received a email update from Doll, Chad, and my order from them is supposed to be shipping on November the 24th through the 25th. So Thanksgiving for my followers that celebrate Thanksgiving in the US. So that will be a very nice Thanksgiving. So I'm just going to consider him to have a Thanksgiving birthday. It'll be very easy to remember. Oh, and this wine and Dollies has been brought to us by Angry Orchard, by the way. Not sponsored, by the way. They're more than welcome to, however. They're gladly more than welcome to send me anything that they would like. I would gladly consume. Other than that, talking about unwilling participants, got him dressed recently in borrowed clothes. Woo! I'm gonna get headbutted. Been prototyping new props. Gimme. I've been working on these. Talking about paper crafts. These are cigarettes that I am going to start selling along with the paper money. I need to start advertising those again for some of my new followers that don't know that I do paper props. These are cigarettes that fit in the SD scale. I don't know if I can. Yeah, I can. He's super washed out because the light I have off to my left. They fit. In my opinion, I think the scale is appropriate. I want to tweak them slightly. That's why I say they're kind of prototype right now. I don't particularly care for the hole, so I want to do something different here and back here before I finalize these. He's wearing a toddler shirt, by the way. 0 to 3 months. And I don't hate it. The shoes he's wearing does not fit. His foot has been absolutely crammed into them. The heel is not all the way down in there. Those shoes belong to my... Excuse me. So very rude. The shoes belong to the Vendall, but I decided I was going to completely shove his foot down in there. I think that's going to become a thing, is I'm going to buy the cheapest shoes I can find and see if I can cram an Doll foot into small shoes and see if it will work. And if it doesn't, then I'll have extra shoes. Because Doll idle feet are absolutely ginormous. They're like 9 by 9 by 4.5. They're huge. They're absolutely ridiculous. But it's all good. Other than that, I want to I think one of the next big props that I want to start making, I have been inspired by Libby, Wino and Dollies, and my own doll, Bernard. I want to start making some witchy props, especially since I work so much with paper. Ouija board, tarot cards, and something else. But I don't know what the third thing is. I love doing things in 3. So when I made the money, I made cash, credit cards, and then I started prototyping passports. So I did in 3s. So I want to make the Ouija board and tarot cards. So I want to come up with another thing that goes along with the witchy items that can go along with that thing. I'll do my own custom art for the Ouija board. I've just got to really find out about the tarot cards. The tarot cards would be a huge undertaking. Obviously, that would be 78 cards if I do a full deck. I am no artist when it comes to that kind of thing, and that would be a massive undertaking. Given I know they're going to be like this big, but still, I would like them to look good. And obviously, since I'm going to be selling them, I cannot just go online and swipe a Rider White deck and shrink them down to sell them. Plagiarism, copyright, and all that jazz. I wouldn't feel right doing it anyways. I'd like to do this right. So I'd like to figure out a way to do this. Even if I start out with maybe an oracle deck that is doll inspired from people's dolls. Come up with maybe 35 portraits of people's dolls that people send me, convert them into oracle cards that are small, and then make it a doll-sized oracle cards, which, by the way, on a much larger scale, that would make a beautiful oracle deck for doll collectors if anyone ever put forth the effort into doing it, considering how beautiful some of these pictures I have seen on Instagram of people's dolls, turning them into an oracle deck of people's dolls for people to use, by the way. Same thing with tarot cards, if someone ever actually did it. Other than that, I don't really have much more going on in my end of the world. I don't know of any other dolls that I want to get, unless Impel Doll, because this has apparently become an Impel Doll house, that I want to get, other than, if you follow Tiffy BJD Crafts, I think is what her doll store account is. She has got a doll, or a head. It's not a doll, it's a head. I'm very interested in getting, it is, I always want to call him Bartholomew, but it is Bartholomew, which is a very fitting name. It's a gorgeous sculpt. He's got bad ears and a very wrinkled nose. If you followed me very long, or if you followed me on Instagram, and if you've ever chatted with me, all of the sculpts that I have, they've got either pointy ears or they've got a unique nose. That tends to be, when it comes to sculpts, that's kind of my thing. So, before this gets much later in the I'm skipping around. I'm sorry, I'm very tired. That's probably going to be the very next doll that I get. I want to get that head and a body for him and get him shelled. So, before it gets any later, because we're already at about the 15-minute mark, I had posted a thing on Instagram about some questions that I would answer. I'm going to grab my tablet so I can answer those questions and go over those real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So, Joshy Bear Huggies, excuse me. By the way, I love your channel. I recently found it, and I have started binge watching your videos. And I'll get you linked down below, so any of the people that are currently subbed to me can start following you too and watching your videos. Has asked the first couple of questions. What is your favorite company? Realistically, my favorite company so far has quickly become Impel Doll. I like a lot of their, I love a lot of their head sculpts, and I have really become a fan of their bodies and their body engineering. Also, I really like Zoom, but I have found it difficult to find a lot of the Zoom sculpts that I want, because a lot of them are limited and discontinued, so I've not been able to acquire the ones that I want. But as far as realistically, it's mostly Impel Doll. Next question is also Joshy. Do you like to buy from the company or second hand? So I've never purchased second hand. So I've only purchased from the company so far, and I also prefer to purchase from the company direct as compared to purchasing from a dealer. He also asks, do you like the resin smell of a new doll? Fun fact, I was born without the sense of smell, so I've never smelled resin. Also, who is your biggest doll? That would be, right now it's William. He is measured at, company states, 70 centimeters. Also asked, Dolly purchased ? I'm going to assume that means Dolly purchased. Favorite doll you don't have? So it was the Impel Doll Chad, but he's coming home, and he should be home soon. He was very much a grail of mine. Then I very much want the Dollies Khan, but I am just not sure. Now, if you add into the mix favorite doll that I don't have that someone else has, but I wouldn't necessarily want to purchase it myself, but I really like it, would probably be Kohaku Creations Knight. Ever since she got him, faced him up, painted him, that doll is absolutely gorgeous. Gunnar Ivan, or Evan, tips for newbies waltzing in. I'm newish, several months, but I'm so scared of getting dollies. So, immediately I would say, don't purchase the first doll that you want. Really make a decision, like, really think about it. Because make a decision, like, that one's pretty, but do you really want it? Think about it. Marinate on it. If you still want it, then go for it. Don't impulse buy, because they're expensive. Really buy what you want, not what's pretty at the moment, because you're gonna have it, you know. It's something that it's gonna be a long-term purchase, and you're gonna spend time with it. You're gonna work with it. You're gonna enjoy it. And if it's something that you're gonna spend a whole lot of money on, not just an initial purchase, and you're going to keep spending money on it, you're going to want it to be something that you're going to enjoy for a long time, not something that you're going to want to purchase and then turn around and want to have to sell it. The other thing that I would say, don't do what I did in the very beginning, which was get it and then be afraid to play with it. You know, or if you're going to get it for it to be a shelf item, then get it for it to be a shelf item. I mean, that's a decision that you need to make kind of up front. If it's going to be a plaything, then play with it. You know, of course they're breakable. Everything is breakable. But if you're going to get it to put it up on a shelf and never touch it, then put it up on a shelf and never touch it. But you're never going to have the experience of actually playing with it if you never play with it. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's the best way I know to describe it. You're never going to get any experience unless you get experience. Does that make sense? The only way to get experience is by actually getting the experience, you know? God, does that make sense? I feel like I'm not making sense. Lady Aid, what surprised you most after getting into the hobby? The people. I have never found a community that was more welcoming and generous in some senses, and positive and optimistic and welcoming and inviting than the BJD community. Anywhere else. I mean, this community can be profoundly amazing at times. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. There are some dark corners in this hobby. But there are some absolutely astoundingly amazing people in this hobby that I am grateful to have met. And they're just, like I said, they are amazing people. She also asks, I'm assuming she because it says lady, I'm sorry if you're not. How many dolls in total do you foresee in your collection? Oh, that is so dangerous of a question. I don't know. Because there is a foreseeable story, because the story does exist, and but my story is open-ended. Who knows? I could easily see 10, but as long as I keep finding dolls I like, there is no potential end. So who really knows? There's no limit as long as I keep finding deals and keep buying smart, I guess. So I want to appreciate each and every one of you that actually offered, you know, each and every one of you that participated in offering me questions for the actual Resin Rambles, Wine and Dollies, Beer and Dollies. And I hope that the next time I do it, you know, people participate again. And I hope that I answered them all in a way that made sense. If not, you know, just let me know. Try to do better next time. Anyways, I hope everyone has a great rest of the night. And like always, please remember, love yourself, love one another, love your dolls. And hope everyone, you know, likes the video. Please subscribe, please share with someone that you think would actually like the content that I uploaded. I hope I upload more. This actually kind of rattled on a whole lot longer than I intended to. But remember, there will be links to Gina is Artie, who is got all the information in regards to the content or the contest. I don't even think it's a contest, but the thing that I'm doing in regards to the wig, the paper shoes, and the other thing that I'm doing that's in regards to why he's bald. Best way I know to describe it. So have a good night. Bye.